In the 2007 NBA draft, the Portland Trail Blazers made a decision that would change the course of their franchise and the league for years to come. With the first overall pick, they selected Greg Oden, a promising big man with injury concerns. The Blazers passed on Kevin Durant, a versatile and dynamic scorer who was projected to be one of the best players in the league. The decision to draft Oden over Durant has been criticized and debated ever since, and it's worth exploring what could have happened if the Blazers had made a different choice. Hey, welcome to Downward Dog, where we bring you the most mind-boggling scenarios. Subscribe now and join our community. In this video, we're going to explore the top 5 scenarios that could have unfolded if the Blazers had drafted Kevin Durant instead of Greg Oden. Scenario 1. Durant leads Blazers to success. The most obvious scenario to consider is what could have happened if the Blazers had drafted Kevin Durant and built their team around him. Durant is one of the most dominant scorers in NBA history, and his presence on the Blazers would have made them an instant playoff contender. With Durant leading the way, the Blazers could have made deep playoff runs and even won a championship or two. If the Blazers had drafted Durant, they would have had an incredibly talented player who could score from anywhere on the court. Durant is known for his long-range shooting ability, his ability to get to the rim and finish with authority, and his mid-range game. He's also an excellent passer and rebounder, and his size and athleticism make him a formidable defender. With Durant on the roster, the Blazers could have built a team around him that complemented his skills. They would have needed players who could spread the floor and knock down outside shots, as well as players who could set screens and create space for Durant to operate. They would have needed a strong point guard who could facilitate the offense and get Durant the ball in the right spots. With the right pieces around him, Durant could have led the Blazers to success that they haven't experienced since the 1990s. Scenario 2. Odens' career unfolds differently. Another scenario to consider is what could have happened to Greg Oden's career if he had been drafted by a different team. Oden was widely considered to be a can't-miss prospect coming out of college, but injuries derailed his career before it ever really got started. If he had been drafted by a different team, it's possible that he could have stayed healthier and had a more productive career. Oden was plagued by injuries throughout his career, which limited his effectiveness on the court. He missed his entire rookie season due to microfracture surgery on his knee, and he was never able to stay healthy for long stretches of time. He played in just 82 games over his first 3 seasons in the NBA, and he was out of the league by the time he was just 26 years old. If the Blazers had not drafted Oden, he may have been drafted by a team with a different medical staff and training regimen. Perhaps he would have been able to stay healthy and reach his full potential. Or maybe he would have been exposed as a bust no matter where he went. It's impossible to say for sure, but it's clear that injuries played a major role in derailing Oden's career. Scenario 3. Blazers build around Durant. If the Blazers had drafted Kevin Durant, they would have needed to build their team around him. This could have had a ripple effect throughout the league, as other teams may have tried to copy the Blazers' model of building around a versatile scorer. It's possible that the positionless basketball that is so popular in today's NBA may have emerged even earlier if Durant had been drafted by the Blazers. Building around Durant would have required the Blazers to be strategic in their roster moves. They would have needed to find players who could complement Durant's skills and play a team-oriented style of basketball. They may have needed to make trades or sign free agents who could help them contend for a championship. By doing this, the Blazers could have created a blueprint for how to build a winning team in the modern NBA. The Blazers' success with Durant could have also impacted the legacy of other players in the league. For example, LeBron James may not have been forced to leave Cleveland to win his first championship if he saw that a team could be built around a versatile scorer like Durant. This could have changed the entire landscape of the NBA and the decisions that players make in free agency. Scenario 4. Durant leaves Portland. Another scenario to consider is what could have happened if Durant had not stayed in Portland for his entire career. If the Blazers had drafted Durant, he would have been a restricted free agent after his first 4 seasons in the league. It's possible that he could have left Portland if another team offered him a more lucrative contract. If Durant had left Portland, it's difficult to say where he would have gone. He may have joined forces with other superstars on a different team, or he may have signed with a team that was a good fit for his playing style. Regardless of where he went, Durant would have continued to be one of the most dominant players in the league. The impact of Durant leaving Portland would have been felt by the Blazers as well. They would have lost one of the best players in the league, and they would have needed to rebuild their team once again. They may have needed to tank and accumulate draft picks, or they may have needed to make trades and sign free agents to try to replace Durant's production. Scenario 5. Blazers still draft Oden. Last but not the least, the final scenario to consider is what could have happened if the Blazers still drafted Greg Oden despite knowing what would happen in the future. This may seem like an unlikely scenario, but it's worth considering what could have happened if the Blazers had stuck with their original plan. If the Blazers had still drafted Oden, they would have had a dominant center who could protect the rim and anchor their defense. Oden was known for his shot-blocking ability and his size, and he would have been a force in the paint. However, his injury issues would have still been a concern, and it's possible that his career would have ended up the same way it did in real life. Additionally, if the Blazers had still drafted Oden, they may not have been in a position to draft other talented players in the future. They may have missed out on opportunities to draft players like Damian Lillard or CJ McCollum, who have been instrumental in the Blazers' recent success. In conclusion, the decision by the Portland Trail Blazers to draft Greg Oden over Kevin Durant in the 2007 NBA draft was a momentous one that had a huge impact on the league. The scenarios we've explored in this video show just how different things could have been if the Blazers had made a different choice. From Durant leading the Blazers to success, to Odens' career unfolding differently, to the Blazers building a team around Durant, there are many possible outcomes to consider. Regardless of what could have happened, there's no doubt that Kevin Durant has become one of the best players in NBA history, and the Blazers will always wonder what could have been if they had drafted him instead of Greg Oden. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to show your support by giving it a like and sharing it with others. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss upcoming videos. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video.